ready?
Formal, non-traditional.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast in Christ here at Enslow Park Presbyterian Church. Actually, as you can see, there is a different scenario behind me because we are during the Cabell-Lincoln work camp, and today is the last day, and it's a great opportunity to invite some folks that work the whole week here in houses for them to share their experience. Some people are here, first timers, others are long timers here, coming every year to work in this wonderful time, in a wonderful place here. So I'd like to introduce our new folks here. We have 3 guests tonight. Maybe we have others popping up. There are some snacks going on, so people are eating, but it'll be wonderful to share their experience with them. Okay, so these are my friends. Yeah, say hi to this camera here.
Hello, guys.
Yes,
Hello.
all right.
Hello.
We got here. Please, let's start with you. So say your name and where you're from.
I am James Ellick, and I am from Hancock County, West Virginia. I live in New Cumberland, which is about 4.5 hours away from here. And county's top of the world.
Nice. Is your first time here in Huntington?
Yes,
Even though you're from West Virginia?
Yes.
That's wonderful, man. The little fella here, what's your name, buddy?
My name is Ryan Shee, and I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's my first year here.
First year?
Yes.
Nice. How do you like?
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I would come again.
All right. And on the corner here, our friend?
I'm Lydia Ledbetter, and I'm from Grove City, Ohio, and this is my 11th year.
Oh my goodness. See, you have a long way to go, man. 11 years. Yes. Are you committed 11 years and plus?
He's talking
Am
about you. I
I?
already did 11.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm going to go
all
20
right.
years.
12 years.
20.
Okay, let's do it. I'm counting. Okay, you'll be here on tape.
Got 19 years.
So, let me ask you this here. Start with the new ones. Okay, so what was your expectation before you come? What you saw during the week, and what is your verdict? And how did you like the whole week? So? What's your expectation during and now that is done?
Well, when I first came here, when I first heard about, 14 months ago, so about May of 2024, some people in a Republican Party in my county, they offered me to come down here as to help folks out who are less unfortunate.
Nice.
And first of all, that's a good thing. And number 2, to know people, get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
Any forms of way,
By the way, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17 is your
Yep.
first time ever in a work camp.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So during the week, what you like the most? What was your job here?
Well, my job was to be assigned to help people who are, again, less fortunate, or people who can't afford to fix, your ramps or your porches, front or back or sides. But and what I liked the most was probably meeting people and going in the pool and playing some chicken fights and all that stuff, and singing.
And singing. That's wonderful. Yeah, you have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, thank you.
So now, is there anything that you learned throughout this week that you're gonna treasure in your heart? You're gonna take for a long time?
Oh yes.
Can you share? Please share with us.
Oh, absolutely. The first thing that I learned was how to properly screw in stuff, and to properly.
Important skill.
Yes, it is. Most people can't actually do it somehow, but I know how to do it now. And the second thing is install wood into metal by using screws again, and dealing with it in like 90-degree weather and 82-degree
Yeah.
weather.
The humidity. That's horrible.
Yeah.
But then your last year was much worse.
That's true.
And I'd say another one is probably getting to know people, talking to people about faith and other things too.
That's awesome, man. That's great. How about you, man? What was your expectation before you come here?
I was expecting to wake up like at 5 a.m. every day and to come back at like 9 p.m. But now I know
Only if
it's
you're on Bob's crew.
Well, it's
Maybe.
I don't know if you raise expectation or if you lower expectation, but so after you notice and you leave here, what do you think? What time did you wake up? It's 5?
I woke up at like 6:30 every day. Went to sleep at 10.
Oh man, you got
And I
1
got
hour
back-
and a half.
I got back at 2.
Okay. How about what time did you stop working? 9?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. See?
We were always like the first ones here, the first crew.
That's because you had me as your crew leader, and I like getting back
Yeah.
early.
Oh,
First in the shower.
That's right. That's right. So throughout the week, what was your job here?
We had to make 2 decks
Oh, really?
and
From scratch or rebuild?
scratch.
Like
or-
from the beginning? Like
yes, from the beginning.
really 2 in
Wow.
1 week?
Decks.
That's nice.
And we also made some planters, and we all signed our name at the bottom of one, so that if they ever flipped it over, they would think about us.
Okay. Are you familiar with the measurement? You know, like the 5 foot, 3/4.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of those.
Yeah.
The most boring part was probably the leveling. I
Oh,
hated
yeah.
it.
Especially in that humidity, man. That gets you. Especially learning the English system of how to. You
That's
know,
right.
Yeah.
Tell them what you learned about the drill and which way you're supposed to drill.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
was drilling, and I was drilling in reverse like the entire time.
Uh-huh.
We had to keep saying like, Ryan, you're going in reverse.
So I know now how to not unreverse it.
Uh-huh. So how do you drill? What button do you push?
You would grab the screw and
Yeah.
then like try to hold it tight while you put pressure on the drill. So when it catches, you
Uh-huh.
can just put pressure on the top part and just go it in, and
Okay.
hopefully not miss.
And there is a button, right? That
That's
tells
a
you.
little trigger.
Yes, above the trigger. So it's your first time using a power tool?
Yes.
That's nice. And what? Oh no, I'll not ask for the brand because we don't have merchandising here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
okay, did you like your experience?
Yes.
So you are master to build a ramp. Oh no, you build a
Deck.
deck. So you're master to build deck, right? No, not yet. So you
Mr.
need.
Don helped us like the entire time.
At least he's honest.
That's great. Well, you're learning, buddy. That's
Yeah,
no problem.
exactly.
No problem. Yes. But you finished, right? The 2
Yes.
decks. Did the homeowners like it?
Yes, they
That's
loved it.
awesome, man. And I think they're more appreciative because you came and you help, not the deck, but because of you. Your turn for 11 years. So what you see that was different this year and that you really like it?
Oh, this year is so much better than last year. Mostly because of the weather. Last year was one of the first years I actually considered not coming again
Really?
because I got overheated and dehydrated.
Oh.
And it was awful, and I had to do underpinning, and I hate underpinning. But one of the things, so like my first year was 2011.
Okay.
I besides COVID, I've only skipped 1 year,
Okay.
which was 2018. And one of the things I tell people is like the camp is really actually different from when I started to now. The youth are just so much better at like jumping together and being together, like insisting that, hey, you're not going to go off by yourself. You're going to come join us and play games.
Really?
That did not happen when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, I was a very socially awkward teenager. I think the only friends I made my first year, I made 2 friends. They never came back. I think I don't even know what state they were from. But like the friends I made were all like adults.
Oh, okay. Were they here? The friends that you made?
The 2 kids that I were like in bunk next to aren't here.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I met Andrew Baker. I made friends with him my first year. It was
okay.
his second year.
Okay.
Here. But a lot of the adults like Stacy, Rich, blanking on a lot of them aren't
see.
here anymore. But yeah, so like that's changed. Believe it or not, eating has changed here.
How so?
We used to line up all the way down the stairs. Like they would start the line before the bell would ring, and you had to get to lunch or to breakfast early. Otherwise, you'd be waiting in a really long line.
Really?
And
Ooh.
now people just go sit down and wait, and then go line up.
Wait, okay, but how many people were back then?
True, yeah, we had about like 120 in our
Yeah.
prime
Yeah.
with Florida, Massachusetts, and Ohio, and North Carolina. So there's like 3 Massachusetts groups: Chelmsford, Pembroke, Natick.
Okay.
Then there's the Ohio groups, which is Grove City, Perrysburg.
Uh-huh.
There's the North Carolina group, which is just Fayette. Am I pronouncing it right?
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville. Thank
Fayetteville.
you. And then I actually don't know the groups, but there's like 3 from Florida that used
So
to come.
from that time, how many people from that area are still coming here? Because you mentioned groups that I heard this past 3 years. So how many people are still coming?
So Natick still comes. Chelmsford and Pembroke stopped coming.
Okay.
Different reasons. And so for
They
those
might come back.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Massachusetts gets a lot of snow, and they have a lot of snow days.
Oh, that's true.
So a
Yeah.
lot of their schooling, like a lot of the kids would actually have to take their finals early in order to come, because their last week of school would be this week.
That's true. I heard that.
Yeah. So, and I know they had a pastor switch, and they were like, "Hey, we need to do stuff more up there than down
I see.
here." So that's where those groups kind of came. The Florida group, I don't have all the info. I know that they lost a lot of youth
Okay.
through COVID. COVID
Oh,
really
yeah.
hit them hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So for you, what was the most meaningful part during this week for you? Was the building or repairing whatever you're doing, or the devotion time, the worship every night? What was the meaningful part of the day for you?
I'm pretty proud of how I was driving.
That's important.
I learned.
So you're driving a crew.
I'm driving a crew. Yeah, like
Okay. How far was the site from
20,
here?
20 minutes.
Okay.
But like, I had to go up a little. The driveway was up a little hill, and I had to, like finagle around. And like by the last day, I was like, I got this. And like, I learned how to put my emergency brake on, so I didn't roll down the hill.
Well,
really proud of
remember,
that.
we are in West Virginia, so everything is hill here. There is no flat thing for whatever. So besides the driving, what else can you share?
I think the most memorable parts are always, I think, the worship, the singing. I love to sing, and I love to worship Christ through a song. That's one of my favorite ways to do it.
Yeah, and did the worship made you reflect on the day that you had? Sometimes yes, or sometimes what do you think?
No, it's just more, I kind of like a decompressor
Okay,
for me.
nice. How about you, buddy? What do you like the most on your day?
I'm not gonna. It's the animals.
The what?
The animals, they're really cute.
He loves
What
Shelby.
animals?
Yeah. The dog at our house is called Shelby, and she was really nice.
Nice. So
Dogs are cute though.
how about you? What's
Um,
the highlight of your day?
Well, I think the highlight of the day was the prayer and Jesus and stuff like that, and the pool. But I will also say about the Jesus thing, for the singing, last year, a couple years ago, for a long time I didn't really believe in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I was listening to some YouTube shorts. I know, weird way to start off your faith, but everyone's got to start somewhere. But I said, I'm a big believer, in the universe and stuff. I said, well, I question myself every time about, well, who made this and what made that? Because there's so much complexity stuff, and the Bible says he's all-knowing, and let there be light. And I said, well, hold on, this makes sense.
So, question: did you grow up in a faith family and like go away, or?
Well, I went to a preschool, and I still go to their church, and they're really amazing people. I mean, I went there for 2 years, from like 2010 to 2012. They were amazing people, and I still talk to them to this day. And I can't say it many times, they're amazing. I can't remember when I really stopped believing in it. I just kind of thought because this is me being transparent because I like being honest, transparent.
Sure.
I thought that it wasn't too restricted and too like I thought like being too prideful, too arrogant,
Yeah.
and I kept justifying it by saying, well, maybe it's just your teenage brain, developing, and but I said, this has got to cut out, this cottage cheese has got to go. So
Yeah, pride is the beginning of the fall. It's biblical. It's
Yeah.
Proverbs. Yeah.
and that was I was afraid of that, so I said, well, what is my, because I was really happy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started, reconnecting, I felt more happier
Nice.
a little bit, and I really do feel happy, even though I don't have really a lot of money. I do know a lot of people and a lot of friends, and to me that's rich
Mm-hmm.
more than having
It's
money.
a happiness that we can't describe.
Yeah.
We can't describe, but it's there.
Yeah.
It is there.
It's-
God's providing for us.
Oh yeah.
Great. Any funny thing that happened with your crew, your group you'd like to share?
Yeah.
Yeah? So go ahead. You start.
Well, besides the pool times, just throwing people in the water and stuff like that, and play Marco Polo and all the fun stuff that people do in the pool. On work, we had a what was it? We had a beam that was very unstable, and this is like on Wednesday before that half of the day. The roof was about to collapse.
Really?
Yeah, because it was supported by like one beam, and the other side was like hanged by a gutter, like those metal gutters you have like for your water and stuff that goes
Oh my
down during
goodness.
storms. And the water was about to collapse, and there was so many bugs crawling on me. I was on the floor screaming because there was so many bugs on me and everything like that. And I thought that was considered funny.
This is kind of scary.
But yeah.
It's scary.
I don't know. I just found it funny.
That's fine. What
But,
about you? Any funny moment that you'd like to share?
When Mr. Don was cutting something with the saw, the fan was next to it, so that when all the wood dust, it would go into the fan, and it hit, and all of it went to one of the crew members in the face, and everything was in his face.
Oh my goodness. Really?
It was all the wood chips, the dust.
I don't remember this.
It was-
I must have been when I
It was
So you
somewhere
were
else.
driving, right?
Yeah, I
You were
must have been taking like my 15th trip to the lumber store.
Yeah,
Okay.
Owen just got bombarded with wood.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
Wait, how about you? Any funny
Uh,
moment?
Yeah, this is an embarrassing one. So we're doing the steps on the second deck.
Okay.
But like the second deck, Don and I were kind of taking a step back approach, letting them like do it themselves. And so I'm just like watching them, and I'm just like looking at the deck, and I'm like, Don, did you tell him to put a gap at the base? Like as the stringers go down,
Uh-huh.
you're supposed to have a gap in between the two deck boards.
Yes.
But they had a gap in the back, and I'm like, I don't know why there's this here. And so he's like, no, because I was like, I don't want to like say something different. Maybe he has more knowledge than me. So we end up having them take it all out because it's like we have to push those back. So because otherwise you have too much of an overhang, and it starts pelting down rain.
Oh my.
So we don't have all the steps in, but we have the steps sitting there.
Okay.
We have a little girl on our site, and she's just running around, and I tell her, I was like, hey, I don't want you to go down these stairs. They're wet. It's gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you probably saw this is coming. So it's a little bit later. We're all sopping wet. I have my jacket on and everything. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna once it gets lights up, we're gonna pack everything up because more rain's coming.
Yeah.
And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? I already have my rain jacket on. I could just go move some stuff to the car and everything because I'm not going to get any more wet. So I walk up the stairs. Totally fine, by the way, with that. I grab the big cooler, and then I proceed to walk down the steps after I've already told the little girl not to. And the decking board goes out, and I just go whoosh. And and one leg is on one step, the other leg is that way. I didn't spill any of the water, but the water cooler went jagged, and I just am like, oh my gosh. I didn't get a scratch on me.
Good.
Good.
Didn't twist anything. The only thing that was hurt was my pride. And I was just so embarrassed. And they were like, Lee, you just told them. And I was like, I know.
Was there any witness for that?
Yeah, they were all witnesses. They were all watching.
It was everyone. I watched to do it.
And I was just like, oh my
It was
gosh.
something that happened just you and you're sharing here, but
Yeah.
you saw that.
I
Ryan
saw it.
You saw that.
And then I woke up this morning and my I think I did like hit my finger or something because it was sore. But that happened. And then today Wednesday was it? Which day? I accidentally, the cooler got knocked over in the back of my car.
Oh,
And-
yesterday.
That was yesterday. And I found out through our homeowner that cars have little drains in the back. Yeah, there's like all these little plugs.
Oh.
And so if you get water spillage, you just take the thingy out, and if you drive around, the water's just going to go out.
Oh,
And so I was able to do that and like get the water out of my car. So those are the two things that happened this week. But-
very, very interesting.
I will never let that slide down.
Well, it was wet and muggy. Welcome to West Virginia. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, guys, I really appreciate our talking. You know, we could go forever and ever here. I hope to see you guys another year,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
I don't know if the people that are watching us here, you can hear the screams, but they are playing slides there. You can see the kids are just like slide all the way down. I don't know if they are racing or not, but for you three here that stay with us here, that was amazing testimony that you shared with us. I love it. I'm sure that people will be watching here. Of course, you can tell your friends at church. You share the link. Okay, we'll be on our website.
Have
And-
Hank send it to
Yes,
everyone.
Yes, I'll do that. And I'm looking forward to see you guys next year. Okay, with more stories and more. Bring your friends. Bring some people from the church.
Can I just say thank you so much for doing the music this week?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was been so awesome.
It is my pleasure. I love this. I just enjoy this every moment. And hope to see you next year. Next year, not next week.
Next week.
No,
wish.
it's supposed to be hotter.
Oh yeah,
It's like 100
Next
degrees.
year?
14.
No, next week.
No, next week.
Oh.
Thank
If
goodness
it's
I'm not gonna
hot
be
here, well, but how about Fayetteville? Is hot there?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
it's not like this kind of weather, like rain, dry. It's just dry.
Wait, that's mountains, right?
I know we're like pretty flat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in Ohio. Everyone's flat.
Yeah.
Our highest point in our town is the landfill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
My goodness.
we live on a mountain.
Where exactly? Is that 4 hours from here?
4.5 hours away from here. Yeah, like
So you're still in West Virginia after 4 hours?
yeah, well, like we travel through the Ohio side because West Virginia's road infrastructure is not really the best, unfortunately.
Okay, you go north
Yeah.
and then
So like what you do is we usually go through Ohio for like 99% of the time because Ohio has better roads. My parents don't
Yeah.
want to, get because the back roads are really crazy in West Virginia. Because because I went on a lot of back roads and there's a lot of
Deers.
zigzags and like very, very narrow roads.
Yeah.
So that's why we do it.
I see. But I mean, you guys, I'm looking forward to see you guys again here. Bring a friend, let's make this community bigger and bigger and share, our gifts to the people that here that are in need because love works.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Love works. All right. So stay blessed. I'll see you guys next episode and say bye to everyone.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
That was very fun, guys.
That was amazing.
I love it.
That was fun.
That was amazing. Oh,
Can I watch some
oh, the
Spotify?
hearing. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch I want to watch myself.
yeah.